This is the best Disney advice you were going to get while you were pregnant. I just got back from a trip from Disney while pregnant. Did you know that on a one-day trip to Disney, you might walk upwards 12 miles? That's a lot of walking, especially for a pregnant woman who's already carrying around a few extra pounds. Not to mention, there's so many things that the average person would not know when going to Disney. So listen closely, because I'm about to change your Disney world. When buying your Disney ticket, you are not getting Genie Plus at the same time. Genie Plus is essentially access to Disney's new Fast Pass system, and it's not available when you purchase your ticket. It's only something you can do the day of that you are going to the parks. Listen, this is going to sound extremely inconvenient, but it will be the most worthwhile thing you could do while you were at Disney. Have someone in your family or you, whoever it wants to be, stay up until midnight or wake up in the middle of the night at midnight and purchase that Genie Plus access. Why do it at midnight? Well, because the Genie Plus is limited and you cannot guarantee that by the time morning rolls around, that they're still gonna be available. So do yourself a favor, play it safe, get it at midnight. You're going to want it, I promise. Keep in mind, Genie Plus does change by the day. The price you pay during the week is probably going to be a little bit different than what you pay on the weekend or the holidays. For us, one day was $17 and the next day was $20. Budget this in. If you don't, it's gonna take you by surprise and you're gonna be all upset and put you in a bad mood. But you will have a worse experience without it. Next, with buying the tickets, as of right now, you have to make reservations to the parks that you're going to go to. If you are going in the off season, which really does not exist anymore apparently because people are all trying to go during the off season, it turns out everybody else is thinking the same way and then it ends up busy again. Yeah. The days of 15-minute waits at Disney without a Genie Plus pass are gone. They're gone. I saw multiple hour waits in lines. You have to make park reservations. The good news is you only need to do this for the first park of the day that you're going to. And as of right now, you can switch to any other park after 2 o'clock. If you have the park hopper pass, that is. Next, let's talk about the virtual queue. Right now, this queue is for Guardians of the Galaxy, but when you're watching this might have changed already. But similar to Genie Plus, this is something you are going to want to have. It's not a fast pass, it's a reservation to get in the normal line of this ride. And they do it because it's the newest and coolest and most popular ride. Pregnant women, you might be thinking, how does this apply to me? Well, whoever you're with might want to ride it, and it's gonna make for a great experience for them. And I actually got in the line with my husband. Once you're in it, I can't guarantee this for you, but it was literally 15 minutes for me, so it was no big deal. And I was happy I got to be there with him. But write this down, okay? For right now with the virtual queue, you have to do this at 7 a.m. on the dot with your Disney Parks app. Have other family members doing this also at 7 a.m. So have all of your phones out to increase your chances of getting this slot in line. These slots are limited. My best advice would be to know what to do beforehand, rehearse it, practice refreshing the page on the Disney Parks app, but you only need one person from your entire party to suddenly get the access and select your reservation for your entire party. If you don't get the virtual queue at 7 a.m., there is a second opportunity at 1 p.m. But for this ride in particular, you need to be in the park at that time in Epcot. And if you miss your chance, you could either pay for a fast pass or get there by rope drop for standby. We learned this while we were there. Make sure everybody else has the Disney Parks apps on them for lightning lanes or whatever. My brother's phone, for whatever reason, wasn't really working throughout the entire day on the Disney Parks app. But again, if at least somebody in your party has the app, they can make reservations for your entire party. Right after getting that virtual queue at 7 a.m., you need to immediately book your first lightning lane for the day. Make sure that you select your lightning lane for the park you are going to first in the morning. And do your best to try to get that fast pass for as close as you can to park opening. Keep in mind, you can only get one, but you could go ahead and get a second one 2 hours later. Or until you check into the next ride, that is when the time resets for your lightning lane. Honestly, pregnant moms, if you were going with a husband or family that wants to ride other rides, I just waited in the lines with them for the fast pass, lightning lane, and the lines would be so fast. I didn't even mind waiting for the rides that I couldn't even ride. But I would never, ever, ever do that on standby. Nope, never. My bladder couldn't do it, could not do it. Another super important and valuable thing. Do mobile food ordering. The lines for the restaurants are also very long, but if you do mobile food ordering, you can just walk on in there, grab your food, take a seat. In one particular park, there was a line so long outside of the door to the restaurant that it felt like we had like this secret access. Like we were like at the club and the bouncer was like, you come in here. So if you're pregnant like me, I was not trying to wait in those lines and get super hangry when I was ready for food ASAP. I was also shocked at how much I was actually able to ride. Runaway Railway, I was kind of surprised that pregnant women can ride it. It was a little bit jerky. And Ratatouille, if you were in that first trimester, it might make you nauseous. It just might. Another very important piece of information. As of right now, there are no trams at all in the parking lot for Epcot or Disney Studios. So if you are super pregnant at Disney, you could be walking in that parking lot forever. So get there early so you don't have to walk so far. Just be aware that if you want to have a good experience, you want to have a good time, you might have to sacrifice a little bit to get there early. But I'm so glad that we did because we got some of the biggest attractions done. And then while we were waiting for that fast pass to reset, we were still able to ride some of the other rides on standby because we got there early and there was still a very small amount of people there. Believe me when I say you are going to have a less fun time if you get there late. Also, if you are pregnant at Disney and you have family with you, another child maybe, I have never tried this, but there is a thing called Rider Switch. I'm going to link it in the description, but please look this up. It's only available on select rides, but it's so worth it for families who have children with them and want to make sure that you can get on the ride with them and not have to wait throughout the entire line again. Next, since you are going to be on your phone all day, please by all means bring an external battery charger for your phone. Next, remember, Disney changes month by month. For example, I already know that Disneyland has already changed some of the things I just told you now about times with the virtual queue and all that stuff, park hopping. So keep up to date on the Disney website, on Disney Parks blogs, on Facebook. Do your due diligence a couple of months before your trip and literally like the week of, in case there are new changes that you need to know about. I hope this video saved your life, or at least will make your time pregnant at Disney a little bit easier. Take this advice, it's so worth it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you guys around soon. Bye.